What up, guys? Thank you again for being here with me today. I'm Andrew Wang, founder and cinematographer at Requisite, and today I'll be sharing with you 3 of my go-to camera essentials, which I personally use as a hybrid shooter. I take photos and videos, therefore I have 3 different units which I go to for different purposes. Alright, so the first one up is this right here, the Canon 1DX Mark II. This right here is one of my most reliable go-to cameras. It performs amazingly in both video and photo. Get up to 4K in video, slow motion, great low light performance, great dynamic range, and the autofocus is just a killer. So you're always gonna nail the shot with this when it comes to getting things precise and just in focus. Autofocus right here tracking is just amazing and never lets me down. So this is it for both photos and videos, and if that's what you do for your line of work, then definitely get this. Now the only downside to the 1DX Mark II is that this shit right here is quite heavy. Like, you better be working out, keeping your arms strong if you want to be carrying this all day. Even worse, if you're trying to stabilize this with a Ronin S or any gimbal for that matter, it's definitely going to take a drain on your arms. So be mindful of that. And I know this camera is quite old. It's around 4 years old now, but still it's reliable. It gets the job done, and that's all that matters. The 1DX Mark III is also out, but the price is probably going to be higher than this. However, as a hybrid shooter, if you take photos and videos and you want great results in 2020 with just the production value that your client is going to appreciate, the 1DX Mark II will save the day. Not to mention, you also get the dual card CFast slots. So if you're shooting lots of content, high volumes, and you want to shoot throughout the day without taking your cards out, you got 2 slots right here, so it's got you pretty much covered. Again, great dual pixel autofocus, great low light performance, great dynamic range, and just very solid output. So this is your workhorse right here. Next one up, we have the Canon C200, which of course a lot more expensive. It offers dual autofocus as well. Great dynamic range. You can shoot a C-Log, so that's giving you a flat profile, which gives you a lot more room to spice up your footage in post-production. The Canon C200 is what I primarily use when it comes to long-form content. So if I'm shooting documentaries, interviews, events, anything that really requires for a longer take without me having to hit that shutter button again or a record button to re-record, then this is it. You want to get the greatest dynamic range and the greatest quality. This here can offer you that cinematic look, even for promo videos, commercials. I go to this as well. And it offers 12-bit cinema raw light, which a lot of people complain about since it takes up a lot of space on your drive. But then again, this is what the cost of doing business is. You should be prepared and able to finance yourself with more hard disk space in general, and just a better computer with higher processing power to take care of footages that comes out of this beast right here. So yeah, the Canon C200 for long form content, documentaries, events. And last but not least, we have this right here, the Sony RX100 Mark 7. Now I use this not only for the convenience, but for the power and the punch that it packs in this small little body. It can shoot up to 20 frames per second, which is great if you're shooting action-oriented stuff, sports. Shoot many rapid shots in 1 second. This is it. This will take care of it without blacking out. This camera also features that large 1-inch exmor RS CMOS sensor, so you're getting a lot of detail. And yeah, it's great for vlogging. So if you want to do selfies, it's got a great articulating screen. Goes to 180, right? And also 90 degrees. So great articulating screen, perfect for vlogging, seeing yourself when you want to shoot yourself. I mean, look at the size. This is tiny. And what really separates this from its predecessors, such as the all the other old RX100s, is the fact that it offers the external mic output. So you're getting great audio quality now. You have that under your control instead of relying on a built-in microphone. And the autofocus is spot on. They really stepped it up this time with the RX100 Mark 7. It has touchscreen as well in the back panel, so focus, just tap the screen and it's very responsive, it's just blazing fast. So this is an amazing creation right here, making life a lot easier, solving a lot of problems. And yeah, the image stabilization is also very impressive. It shoots wide angle, and once you turn this on, you can actually zoom this up to 200 millimeters. So imagine that telephoto lens right here with you. So this right here will shave off a lot of unnecessary baggage, weight when you're traveling and when you're shooting on the go, vlogging. You want to capture every moment without missing it. The RX100 Mark 7 will definitely do the job. Now there's several downsides to this, and one is that it's horrible in low light. You better have ample lighting with you or be able to get all your exposure correct if you're trying to shoot with this, because in low light it's just nasty. It's horrible. I wouldn't look at it. I wouldn't use it. It looks like rotten food, so definitely don't go there. If you're shooting low light, make sure you have your scene well exposed. Another con to using this is the battery life. It's horrible as well. Like, I don't know, it just dies really fast. Of course, it's understandable that this camera requires a lot of power, so the juice in your battery is definitely going to be wiped out fast. Good thing is you can actually charge this camera with the USB through the USB port with an external battery pack. So hey, that really solves the problem. There's always a way to work around things. Still, a workhorse in itself, just like the Canon 1DX Mark II for different purposes. This for professional photos and videos, and this right here for vlogging and just for personal use. And even if you want to capture those moments cinematically, they offer S-Log as well. Great zooming power, stabilization, you can shoot in 4K. So hey, what more can you ask for from a camera of this size? Of course, I'm also renting cameras depending on the client's requirements and, you know, whatever the nature of the project is. So yeah, these are my 3 go-to cameras, my essentials as being a hybrid shooter. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this content right here. Drop your thoughts, comment below. I'll make sure I get back to every one of you. And that's all for now. I'll see you guys on the next one.